Hello, everyone. We are back.
Happy Friday. Happy
Happy
mental health
Friday.
talk.
Yes. Oh my God. This week went by really quick.
It did.
Like, I feel like we were just here yesterday.
Yes, we're back. Can't wait to talk to you guys.
Yes.
See how your week has been.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be a vibe. We're going to talk about the journey of relationships today.
Yes.
And we're talking about this topic because I feel like we both have experienced, especially
She said, Mother, may I?
especially my mother. And I've just learned a lot from her in general with dating, and not even just romantic relationships, but friendships, all kind of ships.
Right.
You know, our childhood affects all of our future relationships. So we're gonna get into it. I hope you guys have had an amazing week, though, and
Yes.
sending positive energy and positive vibes your guys'
Yes.
way. And we hope you enjoy this episode.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Yes. Where should we start?
What's on your mind?
Okay, so I feel like we got to this topic because
Child, we be having long conversations on Sundays.
No, we have, at this point, it's every day.
Yeah.
Like, you can expect a 3 to 4 hour conversation with me and my mother about something one of us is going through
Right.
every day. That's why we're so close, though. We have great communication
Yeah,
with
facts.
each other. But I remember wanting to talk about this because I was asking you for some advice as far as like dating, and she basically just started telling me like, take what society has told you dating is out of your head, because we tend to look at like the relationship goals and the YouTube videos of like, you know, popular influencer relationships. And it's like it's no different from music, your body, how you look, your money. Relationships with people are the same way. You want this unrealistic idea of what
Fairy tale.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you're basically just telling me like, nobody has to text you every day, all day.
Right.
Like, if somebody doesn't text you all the time, it doesn't mean that they're not interested. It doesn't mean that like they're playing, like nobody owes you, you know.
Yeah, I feel like especially in the world of podcasts, everybody has
Yes.
an opinion on how things should be or what it should look like. And so you find most people substituting other people's judgment for their own. And you meet someone and it's like you're dating and you're already like, oh, we're together. They need to be contacting me every day. I don't even know you like that. I'm trying to get to know you. And so it's like you shouldn't put those unrealistic expectations on a person that you're trying to get to know so soon. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both have to come to the conclusion that y'all want to be exclusive.
Yeah.
And so while you're getting to that point, is just enjoying the journey, the process of getting to know an individual.
Yeah.
If y'all don't talk for a couple of days,
Doesn't mean anything.
right. Don't mean I like you less or more. I mean, we don't own people. We don't possess them. We supposed to have an experience and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like we try to mold people into what it is we want and how we want it and what it should look like.
Yeah.
And you're trying to mimic what somebody else got, and what they got might not work for you. You know, so.
Yes, ma'am. I think what's beautiful about what you said is that we don't like have possession of people. And I think that's what
Shout out to Lauryn London.
Yeah, she was talking about our guy, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did talk about just enjoying who he was as a person, not putting these what is it called, pressures on somebody or expectations, like you said, that one, you don't even know yet, and two, you are so in a rush to lock a person down, but you don't even know if they're still just wearing a mask.
Yes.
Most of us are, or I don't want to say most of us, but people just naturally go to Robert Greene. You wear masks when you first meet people because you're trying to, you know, give your A game. You're trying to impress them.
You're meeting a representative.
Ooh.
You got to give time to see if it's going to start to fade.
Yeah.
And what does that look like? You know what I'm saying? And is this something that you really like? But it's like you said, you want to lock in before you even let the veil fall off.
Right.
Like,
You
so
always tell me,
slow down.
Exactly, seeing somebody in seasons.
Yes.
Instead of like you see them only in summer and you are looking at like at the best version of themselves because it's summertime and they got some money and they, you know, they're doing good in life. But how are they in winter when it's cold and, depression can seek in, or when they lose their job, or when like life and trial tribulations hit them? Do they treat you different? Do they treat, strangers on the street? How do they treat people that can't give anything to them?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or how do they treat you when you can't give anything to them?
Right.
Are they looking for you to serve them? Are they looking for a reciprocal, situation?
Yeah.
And are they just faking to get you so that when they get you, they can be who they really are?
Exactly. And then if you didn't locked in already, guess what? Now you got to figure out how I'm going to get out of it. Versus,
love bomb.
Yeah, versus if you just took your time to get to know them and you starting to see the flags, show up or whatever. Obviously, you can have a conversation and give people opportunity to change, because you have to give people room for error and correct it. But if that's who they are, and it's not going to be much correcting, and you can kind of like walk away before you get too involved.
Yeah, because you gave yourself enough time to truly see who they were before just locking in.
It shouldn't be a rush. Enjoy the moment. Have fun. And especially in dating, because you're, obviously probably talking to multiple people, and you should be learning what you like and what you don't like. And, I call it a process of elimination.
Yes, yes.
Where, all right, this person is like cool, nice, but I don't see X, Y, and Z with them,
Yeah.
But you don't have to like next caller them or whatever. Y'all can just be friends.
I guess you're right.
You
Because not everybody is meant to be like with you romantically. Sometimes you can have great chemistry with somebody as friends, and you just don't have chemistry romantically. And sometimes those end up being like the best friendships. So and sometimes too, like sometimes the best relationships start off as just being a great friendship.
Yeah.
And I always say, how can you be a good somebody good to me in a relationship if you can't even be a friend to me first?
Facts. So. And that's what you should work towards. Like, do I like you as a person? Because guess what? When you get in relationships, you're gonna have ups and downs. You're gonna get on your person nerves, and they're gonna get on your nerves. Yeah. And some people, when things go left or somebody upsets you, you shut down. You don't want to talk. Yeah. You like moody with them. Yeah. And the things that you would typically do for them, if y'all were talking, you cut it right? And
Lauryn Nichole.
Yeah, and it's like, is that really a nice thing to do? No. You know what I'm saying? Because if you, say for an example, if you mad at your kid about something, right? And your kid got to eating hungry. Because you mad, I don't know how you going to eat. Figure it out. No. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't.
That's a good point.
Right. So it's like you can't be conditional with people because like you're into it over something or whatever. However, we find ourselves being conditional with people and easy to do that because you really find out like, I don't even really like you as a person. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't doing everything right that I want or like, then it's going to be with conditions. But if I genuinely like you as a person, I still don't care about, is you hungry? Do you want to eat?
Even if
how was your day? Even if, I ain't feeling you right now. You know what I'm saying? You don't care about their well-being.
Yeah.
So
I think that says a lot about like the foundation of what's like somebody's relationship too.
Yes.
I think it was an interview I saw with Michelle Obama. She said, I didn't like him for, was it like 10 years?
Yes. After she had those kids and she felt like everything was up on her. And it's like you said, she basically was saying like through it all, and when you go through stuff or whatever, do you like this person, as a human being?
Right.
Do you respect this person? Do you look at him for admiration? You know what I'm saying? Like sort of thing. Or is it all based off how they making you feel?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you are led by how somebody make you feel, your emotions going to be all over the place.
Yeah, because even when somebody does mean you well, it's just a natural thing that people are going to hurt you on accident. Because one, you were raised different. I was raised different. We have completely different views on things and how we, perceive things, how we love, how we give love.
Right.
And sometimes people have to be taught how to show you that love in the way that you need to be loved.
Right.
And so when they don't meet that expectation, it's like, oh, well, you don't love me. You don't. Sometimes I feel like that's what relationships are about, like helping people grow and evolve.
Yes.
And I like how you said, like, it's so easy to like want to mold somebody.
Yes.
Like accept people as they are.
Yes.
The only thing you should be molding with somebody is an addition.
Yes.
Something that can help them elevate and you guys elevate together, but not
Right.
taking away pieces of their personality or
Yes.
things that they like because that's fake.
Yes.
And you shouldn't have to alter who you are within to appease to
somebody else
somebody.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts. And I feel like if you allow a person to be themselves,
Yeah.
that's how you learn something new. You know what I'm saying? Like they have something different to offer than you do, but if you want them like you, what are we
What are we
learning?
here for?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not the way it should be set up, but you know, most of us like somebody to act the way we want them to act in order to make us feel comfortable. When you got to get in the side of their world and learn about them and who they are, what they like to do, and learn
Yeah.
to be a part of it just like you want them to be a part of yours.
Yeah.
And you can evolve and learn so many things.
Yeah.
I have personally in my own relationship,
Yes.
which has like I've always been a patient person, but it has
Grown.
developed more patience in me because like my guy is like,
Shout out to him. I love him so much. Shout out to my stepdad.
hey boo. But he's a person of like nature.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
You know what I
call
mean?
him Tarzan.
Yeah, he loves nature and plants, and he's very creative and an
Yeah.
artist and things like that. And so I watch him start out at ground zero and make something out of nothing. And, it teaches you the true patience
Yeah, and the
in
beauty.
the process of a thing that starts from nothing to something. Is so beautiful.
Yeah.
But I'm not a nature person. If
No.
I was like on the tip, like, next caller.
You had always said like, no, we'll never get that in our, household. But you had to get out of your own comfort level and out of your own how you thought things should be and step
thinking
into
about
his
how
world.
society is and what other people
Exactly.
do. But it's like, no, this is our world and we
Yeah.
created what makes us comfortable. And,
Exactly.
I want to learn what this is about, and hey, I might enjoy it, and I actually love it.
Mm-hmm. It's become like a part of our thing now.
Yeah, it's like entering into somebody else's world and see the world through their lens.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
So I learn a lot though, just watching him.
Yeah.
Like, buy plants and repot them. They're dying, and he nurtured them back
Brings
to life
them back
and things
to
like
life.
that. It's like, wow,
What did he do today? He got tried to put a baby bird back in a nest.
Lord, child. He's such a nature guy. So it was
So sweet though. It just takes you back to the character and the person
of a
he is.
person, yes.
You know what I mean? When
Yes.
you can care so much about a baby bird getting back to their nest because they fell out, I feel like that speaks volumes about why you fell in love with him to begin with. Mm-hmm. Because, again, it's like you said earlier, it's not about the looks, the height, that Pop the Balloon show we watch all the time.
Okay.
And the reasons that people give for not choosing somebody, oh, your shirt, I don't like the color of your shirt.
Yeah.
Or you watch anime, I just can't vibe with that. You could be blocking your blessings from an amazing person that's going to treat you right because he has a blue on her shirt instead of black. But you can get the tall person who does have the black shirt, but you're getting treated like dirt on the ground every day and someone who doesn't value you.
Yeah.
So it's like society needs to really get their head out of the gutter on what the priorities are in somebody. 'Cause somebody could be tall, handsome, your man, but isn't loyal
And
or
that
isn't
heart hurting,
consistent.
hurting.
Exactly. So it's like
Yeah.
you have to cherish people like that.
Yeah.
You could tell a story with the bird.
I was just gonna say, I've learned to not seek after basically the preference
Yes.
versus the character
Yes.
of a person, So anyway, but he had called me and told me that when he left, that he saw a baby bird in like the middle of the street or whatever. So he went to go see like what was going on with it, and then as he was approaching it, the bird's parent started like coming for him, but he was reasoning with some birds like, I'm trying to get little buddy out the street so he don't get ran over.
So cute.
So anyway, he got an opportunity to like put it in a safe space out of the street or whatever. And anyway, he was just like, I didn't know if you knew. I didn't know if it was going to be up under your car, but just so you don't run it over, like that kind of thing. Like just genuinely like worried about the little buddy. But
yes.
I was like, oh, you so cute. Like you care about the minorest things. So,
and it's like, if you can treat like small things like that, minimum, it's like, imagine how, like, on a bigger scale, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically not despising the small things, but treating any and everything with the same amount of love and respect.
Yeah.
I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Because it is hard to find people of good character, good morals, integrity. Everybody is so materialistic nowadays. Or what can you do for me?
Right.
What can you buy for me?
Right.
Or just very surface level. Nobody wants to have those detailed, in-depth conversations anymore. It's just like, oh, let's link.
Right.
Or, oh, come to my house tonight. And it's like, do you even know my name?
Right.
Have you asked me what my favorite color is? Do you know anything about me before you want to touch my body?
Right.
You know what I mean? People are so quick to want to get physical, but you don't even stimulate my mind yet. You don't even care about the intellect I have to offer.
Right.
And I remember as a kid, I remember you drill this into my head starting young, like, do not ever flaunt your body as something that is valuable to somebody, because you have so much more to offer. Your intellect and the way you think and what you have to say, and you know what I mean? Like, that means so much more. This is a plus.
Right.
That comes with relationships.
Right.
But can somebody stimulate your mind? Because
Right.
that goes back to, who are you? Do I like you as a person? This can go away quick. You have
Yes.
babies, you gain weight, you do all of that, but do I love you for who you are at the end of the day, even if all of that changes?
Right. And the importance of, not sharing your body with a person before exclusivity. Look, we trying, y'all.
Exclusive. Okay, you guys know what we trying to say.
Before y'all get exclusive,
Right.
don't be, trying to hand it over, because you'll find yourself, you done jumped into that, realize I don't even like this person, and then guess
Yes.
what? Already gave away your gem, and it's
Yeah.
like, once you give it away, you can't get it back.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Sometimes people will use you for just that.
yeah. And then if you giving it up before then, why is they gonna make you their woman?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it ain't possible.
Yeah.
There's people that do have, stories where it did work for them. But, a lot of times it don't work out. And then we all know women are very emotional.
Yeah.
Once you introduce that, guess what?
Your emotions,
The
are attached
tied
to it.
And
'Cause
you're...
that's an intimate thing. You're sharing your body with somebody.
Yeah. And you got certain expectations, and y'all even haven't had a conversation on, is this exclusive yet? Now you looking at him like, what's up? And he like, what's up? Like, that's what I thought we was doing. You know?
I think that all goes back to, which is something I think you did really good instilling too, was like, value yourself. Have a sense of self-worth and know that you're worthy of the world if you want it.
Yeah.
Know that you're good enough with exactly what you have to offer.
Right.
You don't have to lead with that to get somebody.
Right.
Because, again, there's so much more depth and layers to you that somebody will love and appreciate. Don't lower your standards or settle for that because, but I just want a relationship. Or, we can get back into the society like you see everybody else booed up and you just want it so bad that you're like,
missing something.
Right. And it's like, one thing I've learned, you cannot miss out on anything that is meant for you.
Okay.
And you'll mess around 40 days over 40 nights? Something like that. I always forget. I just know it's the number 40.
It's like a story in the Bible.
Yeah. Basically, like, you can get something quick or by, like, taking the wheel on your own, or you'll end up making the time last longer because you didn't just wait it out and allow things to align with who you
Basically,
were
like
supposed to
not
be with.
allowing God to lead and give you the
Yeah.
directions, and you want to take matters in your own hand.
Yes.
And rather than, this journey that you on taking 40 days, you done made it 40 years because
Yeah.
you wanted to make it happen
Quick.
like in your will.
Exactly.
Rather the will of Lord.
And now you're with the wrong person, treating you bold, and it's
Yep.
like, no. And that's another thing I want to talk about too. Like how you view yourself is usually what you attract and are
Yes.
attracted to.
Yes.
And you know how we always talk about like how we aren't always the victim in the story, and when we allow people to treat us a certain way. I know for me in dating, it's like I let people verbally abuse me or belittle me, treat me less than I deserve.
Yep.
But at the time I didn't know it, but I felt that way about myself. So it's like I allowed that because I already talked to myself that way.
Okay.
So how is it not okay for somebody else to do it? Now, is it
That's why
okay?
it was so accepting, because you were familiar.
Exactly. And you are more comfortable with what you're familiar with, which
Yes.
is why you end up being attracted.
So what you familiar with?
Exactly.
Because it feels comfortable. When you meet someone that's like nice, it's like too good to be true. You'll self-sabotage.
Heavy on self-sabotage. People don't talk about self-sabotage enough. And it's like, it's almost like a torturous feeling because it's like, this is right. You know that they're a good person and that this is how things should be, but it's almost like
It makes you feel icky inside.
Yeah. It's the weirdest thing.
Your comfort level. And that's why it's important to take the time to get to know yourself and work on yourself using the things that you've experienced and went through to know what you went through, how not to repeat that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, pretty much renewing your mind from something toxic that you was in versus, like you said, looking within and learning to love yourself and value yourself. So when you see yourself and what you know you deserve, you'll attract that. You'll align with that,
Right.
You expect to be treated well and not,
Yeah, treated anything other than that because you wake up every day and you talk to yourself positively.
Yeah, so when you experience it, it's like, yeah, I like how this feel,
Yeah.
So,
Point blank period.
yeah. It take time, though. You got to work on self.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we take what we've been through in the previous situation and bring it into the current. And then, before you know it, you feel like you in the same situation you just left because you ain't work on nothing.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, jumping from relationship to relationship. And most people do it because you're scared to face self.
Yep.
You're scared if you look in the mirror, okay, what does that person look like? And when you look in the mirror, it takes a huge level of accountability, which most people shy away from because nobody likes admitting, like, dang, I played a part in this, dynamic or in my own self-destruction.
Yep. And I've learned relationships are really just a mirror.
Yeah.
A mirror in front of you and is mimicking what's going on within self. And a lot of times we put all the blame on the other person, which, they have, a responsibility in it. But God is really showing you the things that you got to work on within self. So if somebody treating you a certain way, like you said, it's showing you how you treating yourself because you allowing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I with this person? Why am I allowing this?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on within myself that I, let this person think that I deserve this type of treatment?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Rather than understanding what it is that they doing and telling them to have a little blessed day because I ain't going through this.
Okay, you having a blessed day over here.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, too, it's like, why do I want to hold on to this so badly? And I feel like that goes to...
You don't want to be alone.
Boom.
You think you missing out on...
void fillers.
You don't complete yourself and make yourself happy.
Yes.
When I say...
Oh, my God.
Baby, I love enjoying my own company.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
Yes.
You have to know how to be with yourself.
Yes.
And enjoy your own company, because most of the time when you feeling those voids like that, you basically want somebody else to come into your life and perform
to
make you happy. and no ma'am.
And that's too much pressure on another human being
Yes.
to rely on them for your happiness.
Yes.
If you can't provide that happiness for yourself, how can you, or even if you can't love yourself,
Right.
how can you expect somebody to make you happy or to love you in the proper way?
Absolutely.
That's like, if you can't do that, you can't
How am
possibly. Exactly.
And it's like, how do I make you happy if you don't even know what makes you happy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You think I make you happy, and every time I don't meet up to that expectation, we beefed out.
Okay.
No,
That
it
was a
really
bar.
is important.
Serious.
It is important though. Like you do. That's why I said it's so important not to just jump, because if you haven't faced yourself, there's so much lack of awareness that you are going into the next relationship with.
Facts. Yeah.
And now you're bleeding on, first of all, someone that didn't cut you, and two, you're carrying baggage that you have not healed from, dealt with, or even acknowledged that was there. And you can't move on or heal from anything that you haven't acknowledged. So now, not only that, you're carrying that into that, but now you've got this new set of problems that are being created in this dynamic because that was never dealt with. So.
And the person is paying for something that they ain't do.
Exactly.
And it's, you have people that will have patience to, help you, evolve from something that you were hurt from. But, is it fair to them that, I gotta go on this year's journey with you in order to get you to a place of healing? Or do you need to take a step back, go work on yourself to heal yourself? And if we meant to be together, we'll reconnect.
Yeah.
But it's not fair to, meet a person that's kind, loving, and ready for something, and you ain't there yet, and you either, wanting to be selfish because you want them knowing that they're a good catch. And
you don't want them to move on with somebody else.
Yeah, and it's ready. Like, that's not right. Go work on self. And if it's meant to be, it'll come back around.
Yeah.
Because all you gonna do is, like you said, bleed on a person that ain't cut you.
Yeah.
And
it's not right. Because healing really is a journey. It does not happen overnight. And a lot of times, and I'm not saying that you're just going to be 100% healed when you do finally reach that step.
It's every day.
Right. It's a constant evolution. You're constantly having to work on something, but at least you have taken time to intentionally work on at least getting to 50%. But a lot of people be moving on to something with 0%.
Or, at least being aware of what your triggers and traumas are. So
you're not projecting
yes
your own issues onto the next person.
Right.
When they're not even doing anything wrong, you're just triggered. Or their actions may feel similar to what you've gone through in the past, but it's completely different.
Yep.
We project that on the new people when it's like, that's why it's important to know somebody's character, morals, and integrity, because it's, their heart posture. When you know toxic versus healthy, you won't even question, was they doing that to me? No. You just haven't gotten over that hurdle within your own mind yet.
And then also, stop creating narratives. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we can went through something with your person or whatever, right? And you ain't even having a conversation with them as far as like what it is that you feeling and experiencing. And so whatever transpired, you literally can create this whole narrative in your head and think that it is true and talk to the person. And that is totally the opposite of what was like taking place. Just because you creating a narrative don't mean that it's the truth.
Yeah.
So it's like you do yourself a disservice by taking yourself through all of that.
Yeah.
It's better
Mental
just
torture.
to have a, conversation about it. But
yeah. And understanding too that people communicate and think so much differently than we do. And a lot of the times, like you said, you're over here mad and upset and they didn't even mean what you think, they meant.
Yep.
But instead of, having that conversation, we bottle up, we keep it inside. And then now a week later, we beefed out again. You blew up on me over something I didn't even know you were mad about.
That's another thing too. I feel like in relationships we can do as people, we have an expectation in our head that we haven't even conveyed to the person that that we put expectations on them that they don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? You just think like, oh, well, you should just automatically know that.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
like,
not fair to the next person.
right, you sitting up here mad because they ain't responding in a way that you want them to, and they don't even know that you expecting this from them. It's like, that's not right.
No, nobody is a mind reader.
Right.
Okay, again, the brain, first of all, is one of the most complex things on this planet,
Okay.
let alone man versus woman, or whatever kind of relationship dynamic you do have, whatever
They
you
say
love.
men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yes, and we just think completely differently. You could think the sky is blue, and I could think the sky is green, and that's just because we view things differently.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean we're both wrong. It doesn't mean, that we have to fight about it. What we always say is you and your partner, like, against the problem, not
Right.
you and your partner against each other.
Right. You a team. And if you know
Exactly.
you're on the same team as a person, you know the team want to work together to win
Exactly.
against, like you said, whatever the issue is. So y'all can tackle it together. But most of the time, we look at the partner as the enemy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, no, you the problem. It's like, no.
Yeah, and it's like it shouldn't be like a pointing finger game.
Yeah, it's like, and to have a good, healthy relationship, you want to, listen to understand, not to respond, and stay conscious of removing the ego when you want to resolve a thing. Otherwise, you're going to be more concerned about being right than to, understand what's taking place. Because most of the time, if you really listen to your partner and yourself, y'all both trying to go to the same place. You just go in a different direction to get there.
Exactly.
And as long as we get to the same place, I don't care if you turn left and I turn right.
Okay.
As long as we end up in the same space.
That's all
But
that
most of the time, it's like, I'm right.
Yeah, my way or the highway.
Yeah. And it's not about,
Right or wrong.
You know what I mean? Like you said, it's about perspective.
Exactly.
I might just think this way and you the other way, but we still trying to get to the same place.
Yeah. You can even agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't always have to get to an agreement.
Yes.
That's why you're who you are, and that's why I'm who I am.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not meant to be this resolved thing, but more so a conversation. You don't have to argue or beef to have a to hash something out. It should just be communication.
Yes.
No yelling, no screaming, no belittling, no calling each other out of each other's name, but okay, when this happened, this is how that made me feel. I don't know what you meant by it, but this is how your actions, what your actions led me to, believe. Where were you coming from?
Yep. Yeah, it's like respecting one another's perspective.
Yeah.
Like you said, even if you don't agree with it, I can respect, what you saying or whatever, And then, like you said, using like keywords, like when y'all, having a conversation about whatever y'all issue is.
Yeah.
You don't start off with you. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start off as you, a person is going to get on an automatic defense. Using the words, like you said, bringing it back to yourself, being accountable for your own feelings.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And, when this happened, it made me feel like this.
Instead of being like, when you did that,
yeah,
this is blah, blah, blah. No, when this happened.
Yeah, this is more of the issue.
Right, what took place that made me feel that way.
Right. And we're ultimately responsible for our own feelings.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Now, people can trigger them.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
But again, that's still the issue at hand.
Right. Exactly.
And
inner work that you
right.
still may have to do.
Yeah, and when you explain to them in a way where it's not a you, more of this, then they're going to be more acceptable of
to receive what you're saying.
And I'm sorry, that wasn't my intent. You know, I'm going to work on that. I'll make sure I won't do that because I didn't know that's what it was, causing or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's all you can,
ask somebody.
Yeah, to understand, where you went wrong at and how it made you feel. Because obviously, if you care about a person, they don't want you to hurt.
Exactly.
You do got the ones out there that get off.
Get a reaction out of you.
Them ain't the one you want to be with.
Okay, please stay far away from people that want a reaction out of you. When they find out something hurt, you're like, oh, that hurt you, bet I'm gonna keep doing it. No, please stay. That's be them love bombers we was talking about in the beginning, though. But we're gonna focus on healthy communication and healthy relationship dynamics, because the toxic stuff, it don't get you nothing but heartbroken, crying, and throwing up. I call it. Eating ice cream in your bed, depressed. Been there, done that. Not fun.
Yeah.
But that's why you do have to really run into like that accountability and really work on yourself and do that work and be okay with being single. Get to know yourself. Get to know what you like to do for fun. Just being okay with your own mind, your own thoughts, because you gonna find yourself getting into the wrong situations.
Okay.
Because you want to have this like high dopamine or you know this that's what love bombing is. Somebody gets you excited by like showering you with gifts, showering you with all this attention, compliments, taking you out on all these dates, but they're trying to distract you from who they really are.
Yes.
And we get on a high with people like that. It's called the cat and mouse. It's like a push and pull. We always want what we can't have.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like people that are love bombers, or I call them narcissists. Met plenty of those in my life. They will get you, and they'll make you feel like they're obsessed with you in the beginning, and one day you'll wake up and you don't even know who they are, and you're trying to chase that person that they were in the beginning, and then they'll start making you feel like there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? They'll start making you feel like you're an issue or you're a problem.
Yep.
But really, people treat you like that goes
They
back to
build
ego.
you up to take you down.
Exactly, because it makes them feel powerful, because they feel so little and low about themselves. They only get satisfaction from bringing other people down.
Yep.
And that is the kind of relationship you want to stay far away from, because they will take somebody on this high vibration, this positive, bright person, and they admire it at first, but then they start to envy you for the bright light you have.
Yes.
And their goal in their head is to dim that light as dark as they can.
Okay.
And they chip away at your self-esteem and your self-worth and your value slowly. It's a very weird, crazy, toxic process, because when you think about it, like I think about how mean you are, and we're just genuinely kind people, and we don't think about being kind, we just are kind.
Yeah.
I used to be like, do like people that are like that, like narcissists and like toxic people, know that they're like that, or is it just how their brain works?
Right.
Like, do they intend to do that, or that's just how they move?
Right.
But it's just an insane process, because they can literally take someone who was so bright and you don't even know who the person is a year later. So
if you don't hurry up and knock on that little door,
yeah,
like, is anybody home?
Yeah,
and run for the borders,
please.
Baby,
it's just not worth it. It really isn't, to feel a high.
And even in their love bombing process, if you really paying attention,
glimpse,
okay, them glimpses will show you,
okay,
that something is going on.
100% red flags, people.
But
red flags.
The key, what you said is, they love bomb you so good, so you don't pay attention to the glimpse. You know what I'm saying? But pay attention to what you feel, because your body intuition do not lie.
Yeah. We be trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, oh, they didn't mean that. I'm going to paint the flag pink. No, the flag is red, bright red. Believe it. It's literally, and we say the word glimpse because we have watched Robert Greene before, and it's literally like a physical, like almost like I call it like
split second.
Yeah, like a in your body that just feels like a warning almost. I call it, my body feels like it's going woo woo, and
alarm.
Yeah, it's like a body alarm, because your body feels things before your mental does. Your body warns you. That's why you can be driving and then you'll get a intuition like, don't turn left, something's bad that way. You find out later there was a car accident. You know what I mean? Your body does the same thing about people in your first interaction with them. So it's really important to listen to not how your heart and your mind feel, but how your body feels around somebody. People, I remember it was like a thing where like, oh my God, I got butterflies around them. I found out that's actually not good. That's your nervous system being alarmed. It's not you being excited.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Look, that's how we was taught in high school.
Yes.
You really like him, girl. You got them butterflies.
Right. But really, it's your nervous system warning you that they might not be
the one
good for you. Because anybody that is meant for you should make you feel calm. Inside. Your nervous system should feel relaxed. It shouldn't be all giddy and, anxious and excited.
You know what it comes from? Looking for a performance.
Yes.
You know?
Please stop looking for performers. You want somebody to give you flowers every other day, treat you like a princess. Those unrealistic expectations again. We grew up looking at the Princess Diaries and all the movies, and we won't even accept somebody taking us to the Cheesecake Factory because apparently that's not a good enough date.
Like,
what kind of craziness is that?
right. Like,
Take me to the Cheesecake Factory.
Take me to the park and let's go get an ice cream cone and I'm cool.
We can make a picnic. Okay, we can go to the store, get a little lunch meat. It doesn't have to be this extravagant, performance. At the end of the day, if you're spending quality time with somebody, you're genuinely, intentionally getting to know them, that's all that matters. Because you could take me to that, fancy restaurant, and again, you could be a terrible person.
Yes.
So what does you taking me to a Cheesecake Factory versus...
You know what? I've learned that us as humans rather have someone that's good on paper than at heart.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like image.
Yeah, if they got a nice resume, it's like, yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
But when you get that heart facts, it's like, next caller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Be quick to chop that off.
Right. But you know what you'll take? You're going to take that resume over that heart facts because they good on paper. Yeah. What society is like looking for and what is going to be perceived by other people. Yeah. But when you close them doors, there ain't no connection. You getting treated wrong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ain't happy, but you portraying, this lie to yourself. You only lying to yourself because it's only a matter of time,
That's a really good point. Resume versus heart facts.
Yeah.
That's a merch piece right there. That's very true. Society really plays a huge part on things. I feel like the more we talk, I'm like, society, darn you.
Yeah, it does. And that's why I always say you don't have to substitute other people's judgments for your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be single now and thinking that you're missing out on stuff, especially when your friends have, relationships and,
husbands,
some
babies.
of them, having families and babies and things like that. And it's like, well, I don't got nobody yet. What's wrong with me? Nothing. Yeah. The Lord is working on you and aligning your person for you. Yeah. And trust me, if you went on a little outing or a function with one of your friends that's married with a family or whatever, yeah, I love my family, but if I could trade places with you, picking up at 21 years old, the responsibility that makes, and they haven't even got an opportunity to live life, they would switch places with you in a heartbeat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what do you say? We always want something that we
don't have.
Right. So don't ever be anxious for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. That's true. Being anxious for things is how things get messed up. Yeah. Because you're desperate to have it instead of letting it, flow, not force.
Yeah, your journey is your journey. And whenever it's your time, nobody is going to take it. Yeah. And when God is ready for that person to be your person, whoever that person is, it's going to find its way to you. Yeah. But you going to seeking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think a lot of us don't realize that when you seek something out, that's how it's easier to run into what you were running from. Mm-hmm. You can be running from that toxic relationship and run right back into it because you're seeking something out instead of seeking yourself out and your self-happiness. And, people say like, oh, you need to be 50. I'm going to be 50 and we're going to be 100 together.
Bye.
No. Do your best to be whole on your own first.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if you busy working on yourself, you won't be looking outward. And when you working on yourself and knowing what you want, like, and love, guess what? It's gonna find you. Yeah. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be too busy like thinking about it. Yeah. Because you're busy, working within. Yeah. You wanna shine bright inward, outward. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be bubbly on the outward and in the inward is, tore up. Yeah.
That's a facade.
Yeah.
You're faking it.
Yeah. And as far as that like 50-50 and all that type of carrying on, I feel
as you can tell, we're sick of these conversations that we just seen online.
Like,
baby, what they say, they be getting anybody a mic now.
Like, what are we doing?
Oh my God, I can't.
So I feel like as far as like the whole 50-50 thing, and I'm gonna just speak from a space of not even a financial space. I'm talking like human to human. Like at the end of the day, we all are people that should have worked on each other individually
Yeah.
at some point where you are 100 and they are 100. But when you go through life
Yeah.
day to day and work and dealing with people, home life, friends, family, and stuff like that, guess what? That 100 starts to deplete. And so by the time you get home and about to mingle with your boo, you might only got
30% left.
30% left. But that's why it's important to have a partner.
Yes.
So when you short 70%, baby, I got
Fill
you.
it up,
Yeah.
right.
And vice versa.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Because everything ain't always up
No.
peaches and cream and make you feel good on the inside.
Yeah.
You gonna fall short sometimes, but guess what? I got you. That's the importance of having a partner. Same I feel like in financially or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh my God.
I don't subscribe to the.
If you doing 50-50, I can't be with you.
You know what I'm saying? I don't subscribe to that.
I don't either. I feel like that's so unrealistic. Like, I mean, kudos to the people that can,
Right.
provide
No problem with
solely.
Yeah, no problems with people who do subscribe. It's
Right.
your choice, but
Shouldn't be a deal breaker.
no, it shouldn't. And I think you need to be like more open
Yeah.
on what that looks like, because I feel like you can miss out on a very good human being because you feel like, oh, I want a 150K, right?
Right.
Let's start. You might not even make 150K, and you want them to make it. You know,
Right. How are you asking something of
Don't-
someone you can't provide?
right? Whatever it is that you asking for, you should be able to provide
Supply
the same.
that.
Right?
Yes.
But let's just say the woman makes 150, right? And the man makes 40. But his heart is amazing. His morals and characters and values is amazing. Treat you, your kid, and family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He's a great person.
okay. And so you telling me that level of character is not going to supplement what you
rest of
viewing
that.
as money?
Right.
It's
Some things
other
you can't put a
things
price
that-
on.
Yeah, it's other things that you need to use while you tallying up a person. Because money ain't it. Money come and go. You can have everything today and lose it tomorrow.
Okay.
And if you don't have that foundation of a person that with that good character and morals, guess what's going to happen?
You're going to be done.
You're going to lose it all. So it's like, don't enter a relationship based off what you think somebody should have. Like, at the end of the day, if you who you are and they who you are and y'all capable, y'all can make it shake.
Yeah,
Y'all
you can build an
figure it
empire
out.
together.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the beauty in, combining with people, partnering with people. You can build things together.
Yeah.
Nobody can do everything on their own.
Yeah, and I just think people put too much pressure on what a man should make in order for them to be in a relationship, rather what that character is built like, the integrity, the morals, the values.
Yeah.
Like all of that should come first.
Yeah. Even in the Pop the Balloon episodes we watch all the time, I don't think I've heard not really one person when, the guy or the girl walks down the line say like, oh, I look for integrity, morals, character. They're always just like, oh.
Your shoes funny. I don't like that outfit you got on. You're too. It's like
your hat is. I like people that wear their hats backwards instead of frontwards. It just doesn't really look right, and I just feel like our aesthetic will vibe together. So yeah, that's why I popped on you. It's like
you ain't ready for a relationship.
You
child.
can't be. Their hat is turned the wrong way. What are you talking about?
Right.
They got a short sleeve on, but it's a long sleeve. Like the minute things that people pay attention to is so beyond me.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like you treat people the way you feel about yourself. So just how they're nitpicking, those small things like that, that's how they pick themselves apart.
Yep.
So that's called projection. You projected how you feel about yourself on somebody else.
Right.
Instead of looking within with depth and substance, you're looking at the surface level of their hat being the turned way or their shoes aren't that cute, or you feel like they could have picked a different kind of pants to go with it.
Okay.
I guess it's so dumb.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm like, child.
Chaba. What you
Right.
say next caller?
Right.
We do have a few comments
Okay.
that I wanted to get into since we have 10 minutes left. Thomas Lawrence says, excellent conversation on establishing and building meaningful relationships. Thank you, Thomas Lawrence.
Thank you.
Appreciate you watching.
Yeah.
Lourdes is in here.
Hey, Lourdes.
She says, loving the whole view vibe.
Okay, period.
Thank
Shout
you.
out to Asante.
Yes, the pod. Lourdes says, we allow what we sometimes don't know how to understand. Self-sabotage is a comfort zone. Self-love is not selfish. Discipline starts with you.
Yes.
You ate that up.
Okay.
Yes, Miss Lourdes.
She always coming through with them bars.
She is. I love her. Lily Krosky, our cousin.
Hey, cousin.
She said, hey, cousins. Noah. Hey, Noah. That's my girl.
Hey, Noah.
She said, hey, girls. Cassandra Reed. Hey, Cassandra.
Hey, Cassandra.
She said, hey, beautiful ladies. Hey.
Hey. Hey, boo.
Thomas Lawrence says, relationships are a lot of work, but they are worth it with the right person. 100%. Cassandra Reed says, learn how to agree to disagree with each other and meet up in the middle is my life theme. Yes, ma'am, character is always better than materialistic stuff.
Yes.
Y'all are preaching in the comments.
Okay.
We got a lot of comments.
Thank y'all for tuning in and commenting. We appreciate y'all.
Y'all have been
It
tapped
helps
in.
the conversation to continue to flow.
It really does.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
For real. Thank y'all for tuning in, too.
Yes, that feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because it's like, we can only talk about certain
So
things.
much, yeah. we love to get, interactions back from, people that are tuning in so it can open, the
more
conversation wider, So, yeah, thank y'all.
And feel free to, we want to start doing phone calls or interviews with people. So if you're watching this and you would like to be on the show or you want your voice in the show, you want to call in and ask us questions, you want advice on something, just message me on Facebook or DM me if you want to be on it, and we can set that up because we definitely want to start, including our community into this podcast. This is a safe space for everybody to feel seen, heard, understood. And sometimes you just don't know what you don't know, and sometimes it just helps, even if you don't want advice, you just want us to listen.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yep. Or even topics that you want to suggest that we talk about.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So want to throw that out there because this is going to be a consistent thing. Again, shout out to Asante so much for letting us use his platform and his space, the pod. We've been wanting to take this seriously for a long time. And, we used to just do the regular Facebook Live video. But I feel like what you put into something is what you get out of it. And I wanted to go into 2024 really putting genuine intentions and giving my all to things and not giving half of myself.
Right.
So we're here.
We're here.
And I'm so happy and so proud of us.
Shout out to Lily Bang.
Shout out, no. Shout out to my mother because, again, she's not somebody who likes to be in front of the camera. And it's funny because I always be like, she like French. This is not French. But we really
that we no.
But I shout out to you because even if you don't want to do it, you do it.
At this point, I don't think I got a choice.
Yes, we're a team. So it's
Right.
I was just thinking about today, it's so cool. I have a freaking podcast with my mom. You know what I mean? We just be chilling and talking.
Yeah, we're basically just living our regular everyday life. We're just opening it up
for
the
people
world
to listen to.
Yeah.
But this is what we do every day on our own. So it's why not put a camera on it?
Right.
And help somebody else.
Right.
So yeah, this
I'm
is
all about helping people. So it's
you
all
are.
good. Yeah.
I think this is gonna be good. And I hope you guys think it's good and hope you guys have enjoyed the episodes so far, the topics.
Yeah, it's our second week.
Second week?
Yeah.
It's gonna fly by like this. I'm excited to see us grow, our community together.
Tell people about us, y'all. Let them tune in. Share it on your pages. Comment.
Yes, please.
We
all of that.
appreciate y'all so much.
Yes.
Because y'all can be doing anything, anywhere else, but y'all with us. So
Thank you.
We
Yes.
appreciate y'all.
Forever grateful. Do you have anything else to say?
We love y'all, and yeah.
Yes, we love you. We guys hope. I said we guys. We hope you guys have an amazing weekend and an amazing week, and we will see you guys next Friday,
Yes.
7 p.m.
Yes.
All right. We
Meet
love
us
you.
there, y'all. Bye.